Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud, and seeing as it's the 31st of October, I'd like to wish you all a happy Halloween if you celebrate it. I've had a few trick-or-treaters at my door, but if you want a treat, you can download this exclusive Microsoft Flight Simulator Halloween A310 livery on their Discord. Today I go through some awesome Microsoft Flight Simulator news. I feel like I do this so often, but trust me, there's plenty out there, so why not? From an F16 to one of Europe's most notorious airports. There's a lot to talk about. I'll try and be brief but informative, so if you like these kind of videos, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. But now, let's get right into it. So starting off with the F16, it's an aircraft that flew literally under my radar, from a dev team that I've never heard of until now. SC Designs, which is a sister studio of DC Designs, have been working on an F16 for a while, and if all goes to plan, it will be coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator for December. Of course, the F16 Fighting Falcon is one of the most popular fighter jets out there in terms of number, and you'll be getting the F16C and the F16D. The screenshots they provide show us a quality on par with DC Designs aircraft, it would appear. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's not for everyone, they're just trying to attract a mass market, I appear. They're not going out there to create a study level aircraft like you would on DCS. They're making an appealing and available aircraft, which hopefully means it will be coming to Xbox. I get a lot of questions about that, and while I can't find much information on it myself, if they follow through the tracks like DC Designs, then I imagine we'll see this on the Xbox. It will be payware, and sadly I don't have any idea about the cost so far, but I imagine it will kind of be a mid-range price, anywhere between 20 to 35 UK pounds. Sadly, no weapons will be available. As you know, Microsoft don't allow it on their marketplace. But it's certainly an agile little fighter jet. It will have a fully functioning cockpit, as you'd expect with a Microsoft Flight Simulator aircraft, but as I said, it's not for everyone, and the screenshots certainly show that it's not the top range aircraft that you'd come to expect with DCS. It's certainly more Microsoft Flight Simulator standard. Just like DC Designs, they release Friday news updates on their Facebook, so go check it out. Now moving over to a study level airliner, IniBuilds have shared some new images and development news on their A310-300 for the sim. Now this is an aircraft you should be buzzing for. IniBuilds always do a really awesome job, they have done with their X-Plane aircraft. Just look at their recent Beluga release, that was so praised, and rightfully so. Well anyway, they've shared some screenshots of the A310 in the sim. While the majority of them are external shots showing us the different liveries, we do get a single cockpit shot. It looks fantastic. Of course, areas still need to be worked on. A lot of it will have been pulled over from the X-Plane version, so it does need to be brought up to Microsoft Flight Simulator level. But what can I say? So far, so good. They say that work on systems, implementation, fonts, textures, sounds, and flight modelling are in full steam, and they hope to provide updates on each area in the coming months. The single cockpit shot we do get shows why I love this aircraft so much. I do love the slightly older aircraft that we don't really see in the skies anymore. Of course, the A310 is starting to be basically disappear now. Recently was retired by Air Transat in 2020, I believe. It's got a really marvellous cockpit. I do prefer the older Airbus cockpits to the newer ones, because frankly you've got to do more as a pilot in real life and in the sim. I wish them all the luck with this one. Hopefully it won't be too expensive, and I imagine it will roll over somewhere similar with the X-Plane prices, which was 70 UK pounds, which is quite expensive, but who knows, maybe they drop it down for Microsoft Flight Simulator because of the frankly bigger audience. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts down below. Moving on to another aircraft. SimWorks Studios have announced their Van RV14 for the sim. Now they're on the verge of releasing their Kodiak 100, which is an aircraft I'm not too familiar with, but they've now announced their Van's aircraft. And what sticks out here is that they're working with the aircraft manufacturer. Close collaboration is always a good sign, and it means it should be as realistic as possible, especially when you've got the real world manufacturer letting you get the documents that you need to make a really good aircraft. It's a kit aircraft, so it might not be for everyone, and it's quite a niche, I understand, so leave your thoughts down below. Now, moving over to freeware, we've got the DC10 by Aerodynamics. They've released their quarterly update. It's marvellous. I keep looking at this freeware aircraft, and sadly in my last video I missed this by a few hours, and I didn't get to include it on, so I'm including it here. They've shown some cockpit renders in the sim, and yes, it looks absolutely, well, it looks bloody marvellous, I've got to be real. The primary flight display looks really good in the sim. You can see we've got some detail over the top there, some nice textures to show its wear and tear. It's looking really good, and hopefully this means it won't be long into 2022 and we'll see this plane. They do provide a shot of the KC-10 rolling down the runway, it would look like. It's simply superb. Join Aerodynamics Discord if you haven't. They say they're hard at work, constantly adjusting displays, weather radars, control surface indicators, and much more, so it's nice to see they're getting on with the systems. And wait for it, they share their first, what I believe is the first DC10 shot in a FedEx livery. Oh my goodness, it looks absolutely bloody marvellous, I love it. There is a massive update there, talking about how they're implementing the systems, where they're getting the tools from. They've even gone and got themselves some real gauges from the aircraft, so big credit to this team. It looks fantastic, and you're getting it for free. Who can complain? Let's move on to our final bit of news now. Now, I don't normally talk about airports because I do find they do target regions of people and don't have that same global reach that aircraft do. But I have to talk about this one. Orbx are releasing a beautiful airport in Greece, Skiathos, and it's a certainly symbolic airport, not for the faint-hearted pilot, let's be real. I've flown in there a few times and I've never crashed, so it can't be that difficult on the sim. And it's got that beautiful beach that comes right across the front of the runway. Basically Europe's Saint Martin. It's not released yet, but it will be on Orbx Direct soon. I might even do a review on this one because it looks absolutely beautiful. It includes 2021 custom aerial imagery and custom static ground aircraft, which is a TUI 757 and a Jet 2 737 by the looks of things. It looks beautiful, but there we go, let's wrap this video up here. Have a happy Halloween, guys, if you do celebrate it, or if you're in the future, have a great day or night. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you to my first class channel members, thank you to Captain Matt Russell, Jesse Wiseman, Ethan Bubeck, Simon Schmidt, Owen K, Fanny Leibenberg, and hello, you guys really do help me out. On top of that, I've also got my merch store now open online, and in that YouTube merch bar down there, any purchases support the channel directly and it's much appreciated. And if you're interested in getting some new flight sim hardware for Christmas, I've got all my Amazon links in description. But from me today, that is all. I'll see you around. Have a great one. Bye bye.